Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. This story from the London Sun. Jordan and Peter Andre didn't consummate their marriage on their wedding night because they were sharing their bed with the bride's mom and brother. Apparently, Jordan is a glamour girl. The glamour girl has confessed that instead of spending the night making love to her new husband, she sat in bed eating crisp sandwiches with her family. Jordan told OK Magazine, by the way, isn't that quaint, OK with the exclamation point? It's kind of like People Magazine. Is what he said. We didn't consummate the marriage that night. We ended up in bed at 3 a.m. eating crisp sandwiches with my mom and brother. Peter, who is the father of Jordan's baby son, Junior, added, we consummated it within 24 hours of getting married, though. Oh, you've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. Now, I must tell you that I was married and divorced 4 times, and one of the 4, this happened to me. Not the mom and brother part. That's creepy enough. No, I'm talking about the not consummating it the night of the marriage. Now, in my case, I'm going to tell you what the stated reason was. Of course, I was ready to go. My loins were girded. I was in for this. Well, here is what I was told. This is how I knew the wedding night. This was a big mistake. Oh, it had been a long day, and we had drunk a lot of champagne, and we were tired. And what the hell? We've been living together anyway. What's the big deal? That's how you know you've made a big mistake. Look, I don't care how many times you've had sex. If she tells you on your wedding night that there's some good reason not to do it, trust me, you've set the bar for the future. You have. Because believe you me, when I married someone, it was because I had a sexual attraction to them, and I have an insatiable sexual appetite, as most of you know. I had to get some any way I could. So if I've signed off on this idea that I'm going to ignore all of my following, my harem, if you will, and I damn well better be getting some whenever I need it. And sure enough, night number 1, come on, you don't need it. We've had sex a million times. We've been living together. What's the big deal? Well, it's your wedding night, dear. Isn't that what people do? Oh, come on! But, of course, if you feel that way about a wedding night, why get married at all? Why do you need a wedding? Why do you need a ceremony? Why do you need a piece of paper? Isn't it interesting? All of those rituals and traditions must be followed. Money must be spent. People must see. Cameras must be flashing. It has to happen. The one disposable part of a wedding day, in some cases, is the wedding night. I'd be willing to bet there are some of you out there who not only didn't consummate your marriage on your wedding night, I'd be willing to bet some of you were waiting days, weeks, even months. Because as we all know, every woman's goal is to get us to sign the contract. It's not to find someone who cares about them, or somebody who's good in bed, or somebody who's attractive, or even somebody with money. The trick is to get that person to sign on the dotted line. And once they do, then you can start to do what you really want to do, ladies, which is chop off your hair, pork up, and start saying, come on, we just had sex last week, for God's sake. What's the big deal? So I want to talk to those of you out there who got married. Maybe you're divorced by now. I certainly couldn't blame you, because that particular marriage I was in lasted 53 weeks. Didn't take long to figure out this was not going to work. And I got the hell out of there. But there are those of you out there who got married and then nothing happened on your wedding night. And, in fact, I'm even more interested in talking to those of you who not only didn't consummate your marriage on your wedding night, those of you who didn't consummate it the second night, the third night, your entire honeymoon. I know there are certain cultures out there, for example. I'm sure some of these will check in because we live in a culturally diverse community in Southern California. And we also talk to other culturally diverse communities on this program. I know there are cultures out there where your mother-in-law or your mother go on your honeymoon with you. For example, if mom is divorced or a widow, mom comes along. Mom is there, staying at the same hotel, having dinner with you, sitting out by the pool. I'm not really sure now because I remember hearing about this. I'm not sure which cultures these are because I have never, ever taken a mother or a mother-in-law on a honeymoon. But I know there are some of those out there. And I know there are women out there who are afraid to perform if mom is in the same building, much less an adjacent room. Oh, yes, I'm sure this is an area rich with possibilities. So if you got married and you didn't consummate that marriage on the wedding night or beyond, I want to hear all about it.
Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I think you're brilliant. I enjoy liking you and I enjoy hating you.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Rob on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello?
Is that a question or a statement, Rob?
No, I got a statement. I have a mother-in-law that wouldn't go away. I got married, and she went on our honeymoon and had the adjacent room in Vegas.
Why was that?
I'm sorry?
Why was that?
I think that the daughter, the girl, was just attached to her mother, and her mother actually would speak for her when she was mad at me. And the whole
Why did you tolerate that?
That was my high school sweetheart, and I think you tend to be a little dimmer about relationships when it's your first major one.
So this one didn't last, I take it.
I think I chased her about 4 years, finally got married in the Marines, and then...
oh, you knew the Marines had to be involved somehow, or the Navy?
Yeah, I had 9 months of 9 months of marriage, and I think 5 of that she's doing all my buddies.
She was doing all your buddies. That's typical military marriage from what I hear.
Yeah, so yeah, you had a period and a mother-in-law to a honeymoon, and it really makes it an interesting combination.
Really? See? If you had your thought ahead, you'd have done the mother-in-law.
Pretty much. I had to sit in the room and have her change the, what do you call that, corsage, or the band from one leg to the other and pose for the pictures, and we got the mother in the room with us, and then she'd come to the door at night. You guys going to bed now? And in the morning, you guys getting up for breakfast? That was my honeymoon.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Oh, I had, what, was Dad long gone or something by that point?
Oh, yeah, Dad's not around.
So Mom had no life, and she had forgotten that you need to get laid, especially on your wedding night?
Yeah, and I'm not even sure her mother got laid the entire time I knew her, so that's what that does to you.
It's pretty bad.
So anyway, there are people out there like me, and blessed with mother-in-laws. So
I understand. Not a cultural issue, just this individual mother-in-law.
Yeah. So,
all right, Rob. Well,
I guess this is where I ask you to blow me up, huh? Are you still doing that?
Last I looked. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Chris on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
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 Hello. Hi, Tom.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Oh, you're going to really like this one.
Maybe I won't. Go ahead.
You will. I was a single mother up until I got married 2 years ago, and I had prearranged with my ex to take care of my 8-year-old daughter the night of my wedding. But at the ceremony, which he was there, he decided that he wanted to go out drinking, and he dropped her off at the hotel with us. So my 8-year-old daughter spent our wedding night.
How did he find out what hotel you were at?
Well, he knew because he had dropped her off there earlier during the day to get her hair done and things, and so. But,
oh, wait a minute. So she was at your wedding.
They were both at our wedding.
And he was supposed to take her with him when he left.
Yeah.
And he decided at the last minute to do this to you?
Yes. And you're going to like this even better. I know how fond you are of single mothers, but for our honeymoon, we decided to take a 10-day family honeymoon first.
Oh.
Yeah. So we
Boys, when I tell you to avoid the single mothers, this is what I'm talking about.
So we took a 10-day honeymoon with my daughter.
To Disney World, Disneyland, Legoland, Knott's Berry Farm, where?
Road trip up to Yosemite and Sequoia Valley.
Yosemite. What a honeymoon location that is.
It was a fabulous time. We're big nature freaks, and so it was a fabulous time for us. But then we drove back down. We left her with her dad, and we took off to Cancun for 10 days. So it was actually 14 days before we were alone. And
so you had to wait 2 weeks to have sex after you got married.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't you get your daughter a separate room or something?
Well, she was only 8 years old.
I understand that.
No, Tom, that's irresponsible.
Well, she's in the next room or across the hall, and she has your number.
No.
Well, you could do that there.
Well, I guess if you were trailer trash, you could.
8 years old. No, but she's not in a hot car with the windows rolled up. She's in a hotel room. She can order room service. You could write down your number of your room in case there's a problem. She could call you.
Well, I guess that would be an option, but
that would be an option. But what the hell? Just wait 2 weeks before consummating your marriage. What the hell? No big deal. And of course, your husband felt that was exactly right, waiting 2 weeks, right? He was very happy with that.
He didn't complain about it at the time.
Yeah.
He was a trooper, but
no, he was a pussy, but he was a pussy. He was a trooper.
He was a trooper, and he did let me know afterwards that it was tough. But I'll tell you, the wait was worth it.
It was worth it to you.
It was worth it
to you.
To the both of us.
Why do you say that?
Because by the time we got at each other, we just went wild.
Oh, so you really weren't that into him until 2 weeks later.
I guess so.
Right.
I guess so. Anyhow, just thought you'd enjoy that.
I enjoyed hearing it, Chris. I'd hate to be at the butt end of that, I'll tell you that. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Deborah on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you. Hey, I didn't slam on my wedding night, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I've been together with my boyfriend for 8 years.
You didn't see anything wrong with that?
No, I was drunk. I got a little bit too drunk.
That's the right time to have sex when you're drunk. What, are you kidding? That's when I want to get my hands on you, when you're bombed.
Yeah, but I want to feel it, you know?
Don't you feel anything when you're drunk?
Actually, I don't.
Come here, dear. I'll show you something you'll feel when you're drunk. Come on. Feel this.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But, and I don't even think we slammed that all on our honeymoon. When we got home, it was like, well, what's the point, you know? Been there, done that, but we've been married 5 years, so it's not like, you know. So, just wanted to call and share my story.
Thank you, Deborah.
Blow me up with a bong hit.
A bong hit. Here you go. I think having sex on your wedding night is very important, and I think that you either should lay off the sauce, if that's what you have to do, or just plan to put out regardless, no matter what. The idea of not having sex on your wedding night, that's outrageous. The shortest marriage I ever had was the one where we didn't have sex on our wedding night. The shortest. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Roger on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, I'm an old friend and an old fan back from the old Evo radio days.
Wow.
And, all right, now listen, when I got married, right after we spent about $50,000 for the wedding, and then when it came at the end of the night, she had we stayed at the honeymoon suite at the hotel. She said she was too tired to have sex that night. So then the next day we got on a plane, went first class to Hawaii, she didn't want to sit in a non-smoking section. They gave us a non-smoking section in the old days where you're 5 feet from, non-smokers and smokers. So she got real pissed off, and I didn't defend her. So when we finally got to Hawaii, she didn't want to give it up. And it was like 5 days later, I had a relative, my brother was over there, and we met him, and then I hooked up with him while we were there in Hawaii. And it took a week before I finally had sex with her. She was so pissed at me.
Wow. I'm pissed at her. But I'll tell you what, after a week, if she didn't give it up for a week after a week, I'd be so pissed I wouldn't want.
Yeah, and you know what? I did it out of spite. I did it out of anger, and then 3 days, about 2 years later, divorced her like a bad habit.
Wow. I don't blame you for that. How much did that cost you, by the way?
Still making payments.
You're paying vagina money? How long were you married?
No, not vagina money. I had a child out of her. So.
Why did you do that?
I guess it was one of those nights that I finally got to finally, consummate it.
Oh, my God. See, that you should have taken my road there.
Yeah.
You know what? If I waited this long, I'll wait another month.
I know, but, man, it is a killer. It was a killer, and you know what? I could not believe it. All that money spent on all that thing and the whole thing. But the best part about it, got to divorce her and the family.
Unbelievable. Roger, thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Todd on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, you pinned the tail on the damn donkey.
Do tell, Todd.
Married 7 years. Didn't consummate the marriage just because we'd been together a couple of years prior. Used to it. And last year of the marriage, sex 10 times in 1 year. It sets the tone for the whole marriage. You guys have to consummate your marriage every single time.
That's if you don't have sex on your wedding night, that is the biggest red flag I can see. The biggest.
Exactly.
It sets the tone for what's coming later.
And these guys who are taking their wives out on their honeymoons, absolutely ridiculous. I've never even heard of anything like that.
What do you mean taking their wives out on their honeymoon?
No. They're in-laws. Their mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah. No, there's some... somebody will call in and explain it. There are some cultures where, especially if mom is a widow or divorced, mom just comes along for the ride.
I hope nobody calls in and explains it so that everybody starts to expect that this is the norm and you don't take your in-laws out with you.
No, well, I totally agree with that. I thank you for that. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello to Tony on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tony.
So here's one for you. My husband wouldn't give it up on our wedding night.
Your husband. And why was that?
He was just too tired.
Too tired. Now, how long had you lived together before then?
Yeah, just only about 6 months.
I see. And had he ever been too tired before?
No.
So that pretty much tells you what you're about to get.
Exactly. And it just went downhill from there.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Were you pissed at him for not putting out on your wedding night?
Oh, yeah. It took a couple of days.
Took a couple of days, because then after that, you were pissed. When he was ready, you didn't want it anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
And then when you did it finally, you were kind of going through the motions?
And, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, how was the sex when you finally had it?
Not
that good. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, wow. And how long did you tolerate him?
Oh, let's see. It was about 2 years, and then he decides he wants an open marriage, and I'm like, that's it.
You know what, though? Let me save everybody a lot of time. If you get married and the person you're with refuses to give it up on your wedding night, get the marriage annulled. Don't even wait for what's going to come next.
Totally.
While you can still get it annulled, forget about divorce, get it annulled.
So now we're dealing with all kinds of divorce crap.
And did you have a kid with him, too, while you're at it?
Yep.
Oh, stupid.
Yeah.
You could have foreseen this. You could have foretold the future, and you could have just said, you know what, this is not going to work, and gotten out.
Oh, yeah, but I was stupid. I wasn't listening to you at that time, so.
See, I could have saved you a lot of time, Tony.
Oh, absolutely would have.
Well, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Could you blow me up, Tom?
Of course I can. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Cheryl on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Cheryl.
How you doing?
Do you care, Cheryl?
I do care. I really care.
Great. Thank you.
So, my story tops it all, really. My family has told me this over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. I'm getting married, the day of the wedding, I'm really stressed out, and there's one thing that runs in my family. It's a health problem, hereditary, hemorrhoids.
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 Did he know about the big H there?
Yeah, he kind of knew. Yeah,
he kind of knew.
We talked about it, You
kind of had a sit down.
There were just certain things, certain places we didn't go because of that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I knew the day of the wedding, I'm going, oh, my God, I'm having an attack. What am I going to do? So my best friend, my bridesmaid, she happened to have a bad back, so she was on pain pills. So she gives me a couple of those to get me through the day. I'm starting to feel better. Well, long story short, the wedding's all over. We're back at the hotel. I'm in the bathtub, hurting so bad, soaking away. I'm just going, oh, I can't do it,
Oh, boy.
I hear
was that the first time you couldn't perform because of this?
Yeah, that was the worst ever I've ever had it. That was really bad.
The worst it ever got.
That was the worst. They were flaming. It was bad.
Flaming hot hemorrhoids.
Yes.
So, what did that do to your marriage? Did that set the tone?
Oh, yeah. It was doomed from the beginning. That was a major red flag. Oh, it was terrible.
It was it was a hot red flaming flag.
Yeah, I had to go to the ER room in my wedding dress.
No.
It was terrible. The nurses had so much sympathy for me. Not him, though. Oh, not at all. Didn't shed a tear for me at all.
Oh, my God.
So, you know what he said after I had my surgery? He goes, well, now, you know what? He goes, now you are the perfect a-hole.
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
I make six figures, and I'm a big guy, but I tell you, when they see the wad, they're all over me.
Which wad is that?
The cash wad.
How well hung is your wallet?
It's very well hung.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. And here we are, just a couple of days away from Boys Night Out coming to the Inland Empire at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. It's this Friday night at 8:30. And ticket sales have really begun to spike here as we get closer to the date. Of course, I'm going to be the MC of this show. Bobby Slayton's the headliner. John DeResta, Steve Brewer. And, of course, no chicks in the audience, no chicks on the... Well, there'll be chicks on the stage, but just for you to look at. Then we're not going to have them do comedy or anything. Are you kidding me? Are there any funny chicks out there? Doubt it. Doubt it. So our idea here is to just promote male bonding, boys. That's what it's all about. Do not bring your wife. Do not bring your girlfriend. You've got the perfect excuse. It's nothing but guys. You tell her it's the guys. It's all about the guys. All about the guys. We had a blast in Seattle last week doing this show. We say things on stage we could never get away with on this program. Never. Now, if you would like tickets, you'd like to bring your boys, your sons, your friends who you work with, your friends from the dorm, your friends from the military base, your friends from the bowling team, wherever, your brother, your nephew, maybe it's visitation day with your son. By the way, it's all ages, even though the material is frequently X-rated. We're not a bunch of prudes. Anybody can come. And so if you are too young to go to our listener parties or whatever, you are welcome. And it's a great chance to bond with your boy. Don't bring your daughter either. Save her for when she turns 18. Then bring her. No, seriously. Boys Night Out. It's this Friday night at 8:30 at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. You can call 714-740-2000. 714-740-2000. You can go to Ticketmaster.com. Or you can pick up tickets at the box office. of the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. They are available there. The number there, 951-788-3944. By the way, we have decided to make special discount tickets available to firefighters here in Southern California who have done such a great job battling the huge blazes that we've been dealing with here the last few weeks. You will get top-notch tickets for only $20 if you show your ID at the box office. You have to come up to the box office, show your ID while these tickets last, okay? By the way, we'll make that available also to current members of the military, again, with your proper ID. Just show the ID. So that's for walk-ups. If you walk up to the box office, buy a ticket, show your ID, and you get the discounted ticket. Only at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. Now, if you forget any of this, if you need any of the information, you can simply go to blowmeuptom.com or call while you're thinking about it, Ticketmaster 714-740-2000. All right, your wedding night. Did you get any on your wedding night? And if not, what did that do? Let's say hello here to Karen on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Do you care, Karen?
I do. I've been a long-time listener, so when I got married, I thought, this man is going to be the luckiest man in the world because I want it all the time.
Ooh.
We dated for a year. We got married. The night of our wedding, he refused to have sex with me, told me he was too tired. I woke up the next morning at 7 a.m. alone. He was gone. He was gone. And he came back at 9 in the morning, and I said to him, where were you? He says, out to breakfast with my parents.
Uh-huh.
I said, this is our wedding night. We haven't even had sex yet.
Mm-hmm.
That ended our whole marriage. Right then and there, I said to myself, you know what? I made the biggest mistake of my life. He never wanted to have sex. I said, are you gay? Are you having an affair? Were you molested? What is your problem? You're a man. I'm a sexy woman. I want it 3 times a day. He goes, I just want it once a week.
Wow!
The marriage ended after it took me about a year to get the guts to leave.
Oh my God! You leave right away. You get it annulled, for God's sake.
Well, yeah, and then I was a listener of yours for a long time, so I knew not to have any children with him. I was very careful, and I left. And right now, I'm with an amazing man, and our rule is 3 times a day, or we're in trouble. So, 3
times a day, you're out the door.
That's right, because I know what I need, and that's what I need. So all these women that call in and say, oh, they don't need that often, I don't know who they are, but they need to get with it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So there you have it.
Oh, man, oh, man. Well, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Appreciate the call, Karen. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Felicia on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Felicia.
Okay, I'm calling for a couple reasons. My wedding night, I did not get lucky.
You did not get lucky. Why not?
No. My husband carried me over the threshold into our beautiful suite, hotel suite. We literally walk in the door. I'm in his arms, and my mother peeks around the corner of the suite, and she's in our bed, and she's like, oh, hi, guys.
Why didn't you kick her out?
Well, we did. Her room was across the hall with another suite, and she said that we were shocked, but she said she lost her hotel room key.
Uh-huh.
So, of course, we immediately got her out, and my husband got her own key, but it kind of killed the mood. And
Couldn't she get her key? Doesn't she know where the front desk is?
Yeah,
Hasn't your mother ever traveled outside the house before?
Well,
you go down with your driver's license, you show it at the front desk, they give you another key. That's how that works.
Yeah, I know. Well, my husband got it for her real quick, but I did want to...
Why did he get it for her? Why didn't you say, Mother, you know where the front desk is. Take care of yourself.
Well, because she's a widow. She's older.
What's more important, her problems or your problems?
Yeah, it was our problem. But I want to say something. I want to tell you, you said that once you know that you don't get lucky on your wedding night, that you need to annul the marriage the following day. Well, that wasn't true in our case. We've been married 6 years now, and sex is better than ever. Sex was great before the marriage, and it's great now.
Well, I'm not saying there aren't exceptions to every rule, but I do believe, generally speaking, when you allow your mother to do something like that, when you allow something to come between you on the wedding night, too drunk, too tired, bored, these are all red flags.
Yeah, well, okay, you're right. It could be like that for most people, but we forgave my mother. She's very sweet. She
lucked out.
Yeah.
All right. Felicia, thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Teresa on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Teresa.
You're right. Should have got it annulled the next day because our wedding night I just had this terrible feeling. I mean, I felt bored all of a sudden. We'd lived together for about a year. I felt trapped. And so, you know, we just blew 10 months trying to stay together. You know, he still wanted it, but I don't know what happened, man. I got married, and I just thought this just is for the rest of my life. And I don't know. I was only 22. Maybe that was it. I don't know. But should have had it annulled the next day. Absolutely. Yeah. Just wasted 10 months.
Oh, boy. 10 months.
And bored and just,
But you couldn't see any of this before you married him.
Well, you know, sex was okay. It was fine. You know, it was nice. You know, he tried, and you know.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm glad you're making this point. I mean, it's too late for you now, but for the other people who feel the way you do, oh yeah, sex is, you know, it's fine. I mean, it's good enough. He tried. No, that's not good enough.
And that's right. And at the time, you know, he was such a great guy, quote. I mean, he was just a
doesn't matter.
Hard-working guy.
There's plenty of great guys who make good pals.
Right. Absolutely.
Good friends, buddies. I'm sure you are.
We are. We're good friends. But, I mean, there was no passion, and I thought it wouldn't matter. I really did. I thought it wouldn't matter. And that night I thought, man, I'm going to be on the bottom with him on top for 5 minutes for the rest of my life.
Ow.
Yeah, so I just, you know, I couldn't handle it. So, you know, anyways, it's a big mistake. And I mean, I keep saying it, but you're right, boy. I should have known then. It was just such a sinking feeling that, oh, God.
Yeah, people are afraid to act on their gut. And you know what? I think in your gut, you really do have a lot of good instincts. And really, you should act on gut feeling sometimes.
And I did. I knew beforehand his parents wanted us to get married, you know, so, you know, we went ahead and got married, and I did. You know, I had kind of an inkling beforehand. I thought, you know, but again, like I just said, you know, I thought, well, it'll be enough because he's such a great guy and he's so nice and hardworking, blah, 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 you know. But it wasn't, and I did have the but once the marriage went through, that's when I knew I'd really put my foot in it.
Boy, you sure did.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Life is not running around the circle of your penis.
Actually, it is.
No, I don't think so.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Ian on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing today?
I'm okay.
Hey, I'm just calling in. I have the same problems as everybody else. I got married 3 years ago. My wife decided she was too tired on the wedding night, and now we're going through a divorce.
Of course you are. How long have you been married?
3 years.
Why did it take you 3 years?
I don't know, man. You know, I just thought maybe it would work out, you know, getting it once a month. All of a sudden, you know, I tried to push the issue. You know,
wait, and then you got sex once a month?
Yeah, getting it, you know, well, I got it, and more than that every now and then if I got her good and drunk. But, you know, I tried to make it work.
And had you been getting it more before you got married?
Oh, yeah, man, 3 or 4 times a day.
And did you ask her why it changed?
She just said she wasn't into it anymore. She got on that Depo shot, and she said that one of the side effects was losing her sex drive. And I said, well, you know, that's bull, you know. But
she never bothered to try another kind of birth control after that.
We did. We went back to the pill, you know, and just it never changed. And all of a sudden, you know, she says that, you know, she for the past year thought that maybe it wouldn't work, and she's too afraid to be alone. And now we're hitting the divorce street.
Yeah. Well, guess what? The reason she lost interest in you is because the biggest aphrodisiac for her was the idea that you might sign a marriage contract.
Yeah, I guess so.
Once she got what she wanted, the thrill was gone.
It looks like that. But you know what's going to come out of it is I'm going to come out ahead because she makes more money than me.
So is she going to pay you vagina money?
I think so.
Wow.
My attorney's working on that for me. I'm going to get to keep the house, the cars, and she's going to get a small apartment somewhere.
Excellent. Sounds good to me, Ian.
Not too bad for Seattle, huh?
Look out for those red flags in the future.
Hey, man, you know what? If you're not getting it, get out.
That's right.
Blow me up, Tom.
Here you go, pal. 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Tom on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I heard your topic and just had to call. I've been married 20 years, and I don't know if I got laid on my honeymoon night or not.
You don't know if you did?
I've never been able to talk. I never asked my wife about it. I don't know to this day.
Imagine having sex on your wedding night and not being able to talk about it.
We got too drunk.
Man, oh, man. How's that marriage worked out for you?
It's 20 years. I tell you how wild the party was. When we left to go catch an airplane to go to the Poconos, there was 2 pairs of black panties out at the jacuzzi in the hotel.
Yours and hers?
No, I don't know whose they were.
Our email address is tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.